I've known Dickie since we were 13. I had family in Columbus, Georgia, and he happened to be friends with some family, and we met at 13, and we got married and lived in Atlanta for a short time. Dickie was in pharmacy school, and he completed his degree in Atlanta, and then he worked there for a while, and then the military called. We were very, very lucky that we lived in Tahlequah, Oklahoma for a couple of years right after we got married, and we had our first child was born, and we had a young son there, and I cried when I got there, and I cried when I left, because it was one of the most wonderful and interesting experiences of our lives. Well, I remember the day. It was April the 2nd, 1997. So I was actually in a dressing room in Atlanta, Georgia, trying on, to be honest with you, new bras. And I looked in the mirror, and as the woman was helping me, I looked in the mirror, and I saw a little pucker in my left breast. And I thought, well, I've been on hormones for about a year now, so maybe that has something to do with it. It was something I'd never seen before. I touched it, and it was hard. Yes, like a marble, as they say. And I thought, well, gosh, but this just couldn't be happening to me. I was 49 years old, young, perfect health, worked out, did everything right, not a smoker, not a drinker, everything right. And I said, well, I know I've got to get this checked out, but I still would not believe it. So, of course, the next day I went to my doctor, and he said, yes, indeed, we've got to get this checked. The biopsy indeed showed 2 separate cancers, one in each breast. It had not metastasized, it was 2 separate, which is sort of a rare thing. I never did self-exam, and I tell everybody I know they've got to do self-exam. I was one of the very few women, I think it's about 20% or less, mammography doesn't show lumps. That happens when a woman has got dense fibrocystic breasts. I was always told that I did, but nobody ever made that like a red flag to me. So I just said, well, okay, that's the problem. Mammography is still the best tool that we have to detect breast cancer, but I was just one of those ones that, it just didn't show. I was a survivor from the moment I had that 13-hour surgery, all through the 8 months of chemotherapy. I was a survivor, and I made up my mind that I was going to start helping others, even going through treatment. I tell them that there are so many women walking around surviving this disease now, that if you have to have breast cancer in this day and time, this is the time to have it, because there's so much hope, and there's so many things that people can do to help you. I'm not unlike so many other breast cancer survivors out there. Once a breast cancer survivor hears that a woman has been diagnosed with cancer, we are ready to stand by them. We are ready to fight with them. We offer our phone numbers day and night. We want to do whatever we can to help that woman. And that's really why we started Joy to Life. There's so many women out there that don't have what I had, the best medical treatment, the best insurance, the best family, the best friends, the best support. And so that's why so many of us out there want to just stop our lives and do what we have to do to help others.
born and raised in the heart of Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant. Rolled over in the position where you do a mammogram, do a breast exam. I had my head over my head. For some odd reason, I rolled to my left side. And over there on the right side started itching, uncontrollably itching. I went across it. Like, wait a minute. Went across it again. And I got up and sat up in the bed, and I told my daughter, I started screaming for my oldest daughter to come here. She's like, Mom, what's wrong? Why are you screaming like that? And I'm like, check my breast. Not trying to be funny. And she said, it is a lump there. I said, okay, we're gonna get on the phone. We start calling Breast Cancer of America. We start calling this, and they was like, wait a minute, hold up. Just because of the lump don't mean there is cancer. But in your heart, you know what you know already. It's already in your head what it is. And I prepared myself mentally for the good news as well as the bad news. It's a part of me. It's been a part of me for 46 years. I nursed my children with them. It's been a part of me. It's a wall right here, and I don't want nobody to go there. Don't touch it, don't remind me of it or nothing until the other day. Matter of fact, about 2-3 days ago, I got in the shower and I touched it for the first time in a long time. And I just broke down and I cried. And I had to say goodbye to an old friend. That might sound crazy to somebody, but I had to say goodbye. You have to go. You have to leave me now. Out of 46 years, you have to go.
It's okay. Thank you for sharing this. You're so brave. I'm so proud of you.
After 46 years, I have to say goodbye. I have to say goodbye. You're not gonna come back. You're not gonna grow back. You're not gonna reappear. And I have to say goodbye. It's me. It's a part of me. It's not who I am, but it's a part of me. I never, ever had a mammogram. Never. Because they tell you if you do your breast exams and you do them properly, you wouldn't, didn't say you don't need one, but by this time of age to this age, you should be starting to start regular yearly mammograms with your checkups and whatever. And me being that type of person, I'm like, well, I don't need it because I do my breast exams. I do what the chart tells me to do. But one thing about it, it doesn't show well-endowed women. How I found my lump in my breast. Matter of fact, I had just did a breast examination in the shower. And I just, like I said, I laid down and I put my arm up and I turned to my side. And the breast was laying this way. So all of it came this way. And when it came this way, I went across it like I can do now. And I could feel the lump. And I'm like, wait a minute, where'd that come from? Where did that come from? That was never there. And when I sit like this, you don't feel it. You don't feel it. You don't feel it. And I'm like, where did that come from? That was never there. I did the breast exam. That was never there. And knowing it was there all the time because you didn't come into my life as a mass. You came into my life as a lump and you turned into a mass. So therefore, you were hiding there all the time. If I had a regular mammogram, I would have found you in time. Or if I would have had the right type of breast self-examination, it would have got me in the door quicker, where I would have went and got that mammogram first. That was my thinking. If I don't feel them up, I don't need a mammogram. You know, but that was the wrong thinking. I'm okay. I'm okay. Because this right here is what I'm going through is not for me. It's for somebody else. Sometimes we are a vessel and we move through life. And what I'm going through, I might could tell somebody else to help them like what they went through, and they're helping me. So it's just like a building block. Until we build a city, till we build a town, till we build a nation. And this is going to be a nation of breast cancer survivors.
The secret of Joy to Life is joy. The Joy has this gift that when she meets people, she's able to convey hope to these women. You know, I've never met another person like Joy in my life, and I've known Joy since I was 13 years old. And the thing that's so unusual about Joy is that she has this gift of hope. I listen to her talk to women that are newly diagnosed with breast cancer. They're scared to death. They'll call here and someone will recommend that they call and talk to Joy, and Joy will be talking to them on the phone, and she'll talk for 45 minutes or however long it takes to talk to these women. And when they first talk, you can tell that this voice on the other side is really scared. But by the time the 45 minutes are up, they're laughing and they're joking and they're having a great time on the phone. And she has this gift of giving these people hope that I've never seen with any other person. And I think that's what makes Joy to Life so unique, you know, is that I have Joy to work with. And what's so beautiful about Joy is that she doesn't even know she has this gift.
You only get just one time around, only get one shot at this. One chance to find out the one thing that you don't